Si uko na hapa. This way. Security atakusumbua nini? Zipo atakusumbua nini? Kamera mbili.
Hello. How are you? Very good. Excellency, this is a coordination of a wellness center. At the same time, it's also a place where we our executive when they come in to visit the hospital. So we have a abilities of admitting them. Suites here are 4 suites. We'll show you one of the suites. That is interesting. But our suites are for handling patients. So this is the entrance.
And have been integrated in our teams. Or furthermore, 2 and we see this number growing with the introduction of units. So
No, it will go down. Let's go. Yeah.
Anton, CICT.
wale wako nyuma ya ADC wale wako na
Yes. There's another one. So you need one more. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
That shift from like 4:30 in the morning up to
So you definitely need something like this.
this is the CyberKnife center.
Good. On behalf of the hospital facility, I'm going to board to get this facility open.
This is Isaac Kamau, Your Excellency. This is
Isaac, how are you?
Thank you, Excellency. Yes. So that's the ones that we left there. Yeah. And I want us to start, Your Excellency, with the information. This room is a very big room.
Very small.
Very small size.
For you to see.
Tunafuata
Ako hata karibu kurudi.
Your Excellency, with your permission, I just want the delegation to just step behind this red line. And I'll quickly just take you through demonstrations and just a few explanations of why CyberKnife is unique. So as a command miner, professionally I'm a radiation therapist, but here I'm the director in charge of the Molecular Imaging Center and radiotherapy. So this is the CyberKnife, the famous CyberKnife, the second one in Africa, but the first one in Black Africa. They say Egypt bets us a little bit by a few months, but they say Egypt is not Africa. But it's the second one in Africa. Your Excellency, I'll take you through as your delegation with your permission, just through a few parts to demonstrate why this equipment is unique. Over there, we have what is called a collimator changer. I'll try and use layman's language. And the importance of this, unlike the previous versions they've done before, it automatically picks the treatment head that is required for treatment. For example, if you're treating the brain and you don't need this head, so the machine is going to drop the head here and pick the right head to come and start treatment. Okay. Their previous model, a technician would come and hit, waste a lot of time. But now with this this is the most advanced model they have in their life. So I'll ask the team to run a demonstration just to appreciate how the machine picks the head. So it drops the head that is not wanted, or it has treatment has not planned with it.
How did it know?
It is computer programmed and everything is done before treatment.
They supply the information ahead of
Yes. So it picks the second one. And gets ready for treatment. While it is doing that maneuver, Your Excellency, allow me to also explain something here. The normal Linux, and I brought this one, I don't know whether you just come closer, the normal radiotherapy machine, this is the smallest field it can treat. That is 3 by 3 centimeters. So if you're treating parts of the brain that are hidden, or you're lying next to a very critical organ, for example, the one that controls breathing, you cannot go with a radiotherapy machine. That are currently in the whole country. So what will the doctors do? They will send you to other countries where they have CyberKnife. This is a beam that the CyberKnife is doing. You can see the difference. 3 centimeters and this one. But to add on that, Your Excellency, this is actually not the smallest beam it can deliver. The smallest beam it can deliver is the size of your head. And what that allows us to do as clinicians is that when you have those hard-to-reach tumors that our surgeons cannot go in with a knife, then CyberKnife become a great option. Secondly, Your Excellency, I want to show you a unique feature of this machine. These two pieces of equipment that are up here, together with the panels that you can see at the bottom, and this gadget over here. And I've done some demonstration just to explain to you in a layman's language what those equipments are able to do. CyberKnife is able to track the tumor in real time. Unlike the normal radiotherapy machine, which can only rotate on 360 degrees, CyberKnife has more than that. It can treat from over 6,000 angles. And I'll demonstrate to you later how it attacks the tumor from different angles. But these equipment accessories I've mentioned, they allow that real-time tracking of the tumor. I'll give you an example of lung cancer. If this is your tumor, and you want to treat with a normal radiotherapy machine, you have the current machines that we have all over the country. You have to put a big margin around the tumor. So you have to treat these parts, and the reason you're treating the extra healthy cells is because the patient will be breathing when the treatment is going on. What you don't want to do, you don't want to miss your target. So you ensure, even when the patient breathes, they're still within your target. But what are you doing here? You're treating a lot of healthy tissues. So this is what complicates treatments and even cancer recovery and survivorship. But when it comes to CyberKnife, because of these facilities and accessories I've explained, together with the detectors, the two X-ray tubes are able to take images, 4 images every 1 minute. This equipment here is able to track the movement of the chest and advises the robot, please change. So it goes like that with your tumor. So your tumor is moving, your robot is moving. Unlike the current machine, which is just stationary, and your tumor is the one. Very unique feature. Your Excellency, with your permission now, allow me to demonstrate to you how this robot works. But before we do that, okay, go ahead then. So we'll demonstrate how the treatment is delivered. You can see now the robot is being commanded from outside, the team sitting outside. It takes a position based on how it has been planned, and then now attacks the tumor from different directions. Maximum time it takes to treat one patient, Your Excellency, is between 12 to 16 minutes. But for patients who have different tumors in different parts of the body, it might take a little bit longer, but on average is about 12 to 16 minutes. So you can see the maneuvers it's doing, being able to go under the couch, on the side, and doing all the different things just to get to the tumor itself. Lastly, Your Excellency, as that goes on, there is a unique feature about this treatment couch. Unlike all the other treatment couches we have in the current machines, they cannot correct the patient's position. If the patient is slightly tilted, or my Njoroge, please stay quiet. So if it's twisted like that, this machine can actually correct for that. You can see, it's able to correct that twist. And even if the Njoroge decided to move forward a little bit, it corrects in real time. You can see it's tipping Njoroge forward a little bit, just to be able to accurately deliver the treatment to the patient. With your permission, Your Excellency, allow me to end at that, and invite any questions if you and your delegation have any.
So you will be, when is this facility ready for use? Now?
In the next 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yes.
So that's when you will begin the first treatment.
Yes. Yes, yes.
And have you built the capacity of the staff? Because you can have a beautiful facility, but if you do not have the capabilities built into the staff, you could not maybe to use it optimally. What have been done together with the manufacturers?
Thank you, Excellency. A very good and valid question. I've been very fortunate myself. I've worked with the CyberKnife for the last 3.5 years. For 3.5 years when I was in the UK. And I used to treat many Kenyans. So I'll be the lead person helping the team to operate this machine. Number two, we have already sent a team of 3 to the US. They've been trained already and they came back.
Okay.
Number 4, Your Excellency, we have hired a team of experienced people who are in centers where they are already working in CyberKnife. So they will join us and be able to operationalize in the next 2 weeks.
What how are we going to work so that we can build capacity using the curriculum we have, so that it's not only the people here, but we can also train others? Because going into the future, I think this is the future. We're going to discuss with maybe Kutrrh University or other universities on how to at least provide some expertise, or even, and maybe for the nursing staff, MTC.
Thank you, Excellency. I think that's a very good suggestion, and we will take it up straight after this with the management office here, and the CEO, to try and partner with the learning institutions, especially the ones that are already offering some basic on oncology, in oncology, so we can review their curriculum and include a section of this high-end machine into the curriculum.
Okay.
Yes, our current nursing institute, we have an opportunity there to also start a program that will capacity build our internal, our national team, people who are in the field and they require this.
So as the treatment will be going, there will be nobody here?
No, nobody here.
So it will just be the patient and the machines?
And the machine. And we've tried to make it a little bit comfortable for the patient. They don't imagine they are alone. They see the skies, they can imagine they are in Mount Kenya.
Okay.
Can they have that anesthesia?
No, radiotherapy, actually CyberKnife is a painless and non-invasive process, so they don't need to be sedated. They can, it's painless. But for this one, Your Excellency, allow me to mention one thing with your permission. Because of the accuracy, the sub-millimeter accuracy provided by this system, treatment will be significantly reduced. I'll give you a good example with prostate cancer. Patients with prostate cancer right now, if they are prescribed radiotherapy, they have to come for treatment for 39 days, Monday to Friday. It disrupts their work. And some of them are able people who can continue with their normal life. But with CyberKnife, because of the accuracy, we are able to give very high doses of radiation because we know where a tumor is at all times, and reduce that to 5 days. Yes. From 39 to 5 days. And what we're going to offload, you see some of the cases that are, was CEO mentioned there, almost about 500 patients waiting to start radiotherapy. Some of those ones, instead of being with the machine for 39 sessions, we can offload them to this machine. 5 days, they get better and they go, and we use that for other patients who cannot come to this one.
You mentioned that you already have a waiting list. Yeah, we have a CyberKnife. Yeah, we have about 30 people.
Yes, we have around 39 patients who are already waiting, but the inquiries, patients, because we couldn't keep them waiting, because we needed to know when we were going to start definitely. We have received over 611 inquiries. When are you starting? We need to come. But we've gotten a directory of all of them. So as soon as we start in the next 2 weeks, they are the first people who are going to be reaching out to find out if they went to India or any other country for treatment, or they're still waiting for treatment.
We know some staff who at the when they come, and we tell them not started, then they actually go to India.
Okay.
They say, okay, we'll go ahead and go to India. You be when we are ready, and we'll tell us.
What about in terms of between this and the usual linear? How much? What's the difference in terms of cost?
The linear
cost differential.
The linear accelerator, we're talking about between 370 to 400 million, and we were very fortunate for this one. We got for 625 million.
I'm saying in terms of cost to the patient.
Oh, cost to the patient. So one session for the linear accelerator, fully paid by NHI, 3,600. And one session for this one, a package, whether you're getting 2, 3, or 5, maximum is 5, is 350,000 Kenya shillings, as compared to 2 million in India, and the rest of Europe you don't want to, it's extraordinary.
It is paid by
And it's fully paid by any child. Yeah, the 350,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll have a conversation there.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you.
One more question, eh?
Yes.
Now, since you don't want anybody near here, because of radiation, what about the patient? What happens to the patient?
Very good question. Normally with radiation therapy, we look at the benefits versus the risk. The benefits, the risk of a little bit of exposure of normal tissue, and the benefits it comes with. As opposed to
the benefits of the treatment.
yes. So if the benefits outweighs the risk, then we subject you to this. But with CyberKnife, that the side effects are almost minimal.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Good presentation. Good.
Na tusimnyime makofi, shangwe ukiweza. Tumkaribishe kwa makofi. Karibu sana Mheshimiwa Rais. Tunafurahia sana kuwa nawe hapa. Kwa hivyo sote tutaweza kusimama. Tutaanza kwa wimbo wa taifa, closely followed by the East African anthem. So all of us that are able to stand, we shall stand in respect to the national anthem as His Excellency the President receives the official salute as we start with the national anthem. Naomba tafadhali tubaki tumesimama nikimuita Profesa Wangari Mwai atuongoze kwa ombi la kwanza. Karibu Profesa.
Na tuamini tuombe pamoja. Today is a testimony that you do answer our prayers, dear Lord. Heavenly Father, we want to dedicate the nation of Kenya to you. We pray that you shower the leaders of our nation with the servant leadership that you, Jesus Christ, possess and use so much on us. Guide our President, his entire cabinet, the national and Senate parliaments, the county leadership, and the grassroots leadership. Heavenly Father, you revealed to our forefathers years ago that poverty, ignorance, and disease are the three key enemies against the prosperity of our homeland of Kenya. Today, dear Lord, we stand together against these enemies. First, we join hands in dedicating the work of our hands to you. Whatever we do, dear Lord, may we enjoy the fruits of our labor. May we never sweat in vain, dear Lord. May poverty never overtake us. May plenty be found within our borders. Dear Lord, we also seek to stand against the burden of disease that leaves our people weak and devastated. Our Father, we pray that staff in our health institutions shall be endowed with tender, loving care that will empower them to break the shackles of sicknesses. In particular, dear Lord, we lift to you this institution, the Kenyatta University Teaching, Referral and Research Hospital. May all the doctors, Lord, the nurses and all other staff who work here work as unto you, O dear Lord. May this be an oasis of hope for many families. May it be the pool of Bethsaida for all the sick. May those whose visitors be made whole again. Again, dear Lord, we join our hands and hearts in prayer for our education and research institutions. As they struggle with the dragon of ignorance, give them resilience, dear Lord, love for knowledge, and a passion to disseminate what you've given them freely to the growth of others. As you open this gathering, dear Lord, may the words of our mouths and the meditations of our hearts be acceptable on earth and in heaven above. This is our prayer of faith in the name of the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Naomba tuweze kuketi. Your Excellency, the President and the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, the Cabinet Secretary Health, Honorable Susan Nakumicha, all Cabinet Secretaries present, the Chief Justice and the President of the Supreme Court, the Honorable Justice Martha Koome, all governors present, the Kenyatta University Teaching and Referral Hospital, Professor Olive Mugenda, the Chair, members of the Diplomatic Corps, all principal secretaries present, local and national leaders, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, with your permission, sir, allow me at this point to invite the Chairperson, Kenyatta University Referral and Research Hospital, Professor Olive Mugenda, to come and give us her opening remarks and also to welcome us to this institution. Tumpigie makofi tafadhali akija. Karibu, Professor. And also to welcome us to this institution. Tumpigie makofi tafadhali akija.
Your Excellency, President William Ruto, the Honorable Chief Justice, Honorable Martha Koome, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, Cabinet Secretaries, Minister of Health, Susan Wafula, other Cabinet Secretaries present, Principal Secretaries, invited guests, JSC Commissioners who are here. Allow me, Your Excellency, to welcome you and all the guests to this institution. And before I continue with my brief remarks, Your Excellency, we have a short video. I know you have gone round, but for the benefit of those who have not gone round, it's just 5 minutes, Your Excellency. Just 5 minutes. And then we, okay, thank you.
Kenyatta University Teaching, Referral and Research Hospital is a modern tertiary health facility with state-of-the-art services that ensure delivery of cutting-edge healthcare and medical research in Kenya and the region. Located on a 100-acre piece of land in Nairobi County, Kenya, the Kenyatta University Teaching, Referral and Research Hospital is a Level 6 hospital with a bed capacity of 650. It is easily accessible by public means, private vehicles, and has a helipad to enhance accessibility, especially in an emergency. One of the cancer treatment services now available at Kenyatta University Teaching, Referral and Research Hospital is CyberKnife treatment. This is a painless and non-invasive treatment for cancerous and non-cancerous tumors. The CyberKnife delivers precise pulses of high-dose radiation that target certain tumors and other abnormal tissues while limiting exposure to surrounding healthy tissues.
Contrary to what the name suggests, CyberKnife is actually not a knife, but rather an advanced radiotherapy machine that delivers very high doses of radiation with sub-millimeter accuracy.
It's really good for us to have this sort of specialized machine here because it's, first of all, it's non-invasive. It means that it is very safe and effective for treating cancers. And of course, we are excited for us to have this kind of treatment here because Kenyans, it means Kenyans now will no longer be going to India or other countries seeking those services.
We needed to get an equipment which can provide precision treatment, and that is why we started thinking, okay, we now can diagnose cancer at very early stages, but what do we do about those patients who need treatment? And we needed now to think of then completing that continuum from diagnostics to treatment. And then we started looking for one machine which can, complement what we have, but very specialized so that people don't have to go out of the country to seek this particular service. Some of the conditions that can be treated using CyberKnife mainly is both cancerous tumors and non-cancerous tumors. This machine is the second one in Africa after Egypt.
The hospital's flagship project is oncology. Because of the specialized nature of the treatment, the facility is purely of a referral nature, with patients being referred from other hospitals.
So this CyberKnife that is going to be launched on Monday by His Excellency the President is speaking to the thinking that we need and we have as government developed specialized treatment for non-communicable diseases.
As you are well aware that on the continuum of care of cancer, WHO has played CyberKnife as the best, actually the topmost, in terms of precision, in terms of dealing with the surgeries, dealing with the cancer cases. It's also important for Kenyans to know that those who are registered on NHIF, they can access cancer treatment, including this CyberKnife that is being commissioned by Kenyatta University Teaching and Referral Hospital. So long as you have your NHIF card, you should be able to access cancer care.
Our vision remains to be a premier national referral hospital renowned for clinical excellence, medical training and research that enhances quality of lives for Kenyans and the regional citizens, with the mission to enhance quality of lives through provision of quality patient-centered and evidence-based healthcare training innovation and state-of-the-art technology. Quality, patient-centered and evidence-based health.
Your Excellency, on behalf of the hospital's board of directors, and indeed the entire hospital fraternity, I thank you for the support that your government, through the Ministry of Health, extends to this hospital. The government's support has facilitated continued rolling out and operationalization of key facilities and services to address healthcare delivery in our country and beyond. Your Excellency, sir, ladies and gentlemen, this hospital opened its doors to the public 3.5 years ago when we received the first patient. We have continued to grow with an inpatient population of now averaging 360 patients, inpatients, and 800 outpatients who access our specialist healthcare services every day, the majority being cancer patients. The acquisition of and installation of CyberKnife in Kenya, and specifically this hospital, is a great national achievement, Your Excellency. The CyberKnife is a timely addition to two other critical but rare equipment, the PET-CT and the SPECT-CT, which are not available in East and Central Africa. This is the only public hospital with these machines. Your Excellency, the PET-CT and SPECT-CT are imaging equipment that enables detection of cancer at very early molecular stages compared to other imaging equipment. The availability of these machines has seen a reduction of Kenyans who go outside the country to seek early cancer diagnosis and increase the number of patients from our neighboring countries seeking for cancer care services here in this hospital. Your Excellency, the hospital has, through this scanning equipment, transformed imaging services and made it possible for Kenyans and regional citizens to get accurate and quality diagnoses that are critical to proper management of cancerous and non-cancerous tumors. Your Excellency, sir, for us to perfect cancer treatment, it is important to determine the genetic makeup of cancer cells so that the treatment can be targeted to the particular type of cancer. This is what is happening in the US and other countries, Your Excellency. For hospitals in Kenya, including this one, for one to determine the genetic makeup of the disease, the samples are taken outside the country for analysis using a machine called next generation sequencing machine. And the results take about 4 weeks to get back. Your Excellency, we are requesting with humility that this machine, which costs about 255 million, be installed in this facility so that we can be analyzing the genetic makeup of cancer cells in a short time and inform and start targeted treatment before the disease spreads further. Your Excellency, from January 2022, when the molecular imaging started, the hospital has scanned over 6,000 patients. The leading cancer from the number of patients we have scanned is breast cancer. The hospital statistics corroborate with the national and global statistics, which indicate that breast cancer has the highest prevalence in Kenya of about 20%, which is higher than the global prevalence of 15%. To address the high prevalence of breast cancer, Your Excellency, global prevalence of 15%. To address the high prevalence of breast cancer, of eventually moving the services to a dedicated comprehensive breast care center. As you showed, sir, when you came, we feel that a one-stop shop for breast cancer patients will support them, give them privacy, create community of support system, all under one roof. If this is achieved, Your Excellency, it will be the only breast cancer center in the region, because the only one that we know is in UK. And in time, sir, we will be able to contain the disease, especially if we are able to determine the genetic makeup of the patients, given that in every 5 women and 1 in 10 men, they are likely to develop cancer in their lifetime. The construction and equipping of the Comprehensive Breast Cancer Center, Your Excellency, will cost about 1 billion shillings, and we request your government to support the actualization of this vision for dealing with the breast cancer cases in our country. Your Excellency, sir, besides the cancer diagnostic services, the hospital provides surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation therapy as treatment options for cancer. For radiation therapy, the hospital has 1 LINAC machine, Your Excellency, as we explained to you, and brachytherapy machine, as we showed you. Though the 2 radiation therapy machines are optimally used, the hospital continues to register long patients waiting times. So, for instance, sir, patients booked for radiotherapy services are now waiting for up to 3 to 4 months, which is detrimental to the disease management plan. This is despite the hospital management deciding to run 3 shifts, with the 3rd shift running from 9 p.m. at night to 4 a.m. in the morning, to try and reduce these numbers. Your Excellency, these people waiting for radiotherapy are already sick, and as they wait, the disease is continuing to spread. Your Excellency, as we informed you while we were at the radiotherapy area, the hospital has a ready bunker for the 2nd LINAC machine. When the hospital was conceptualized, there was provision for 2 bunkers, and 1 bunker is still without machine. Installing the machine in this available bunker will see us treating another 115 patients per day, thus reducing the waiting period to a few days, as clinically recommended instead of months. We will consequently save lives, Your Excellency. The LINAC machine, which we have requested through our ministry, cost about 300 million, and though expensive, it will help save the waiting period and reduce mortality for these people who are sick and they cannot access treatment. As you have seen, sir, the CyberKnife is ready to start treatment since it is stored and fully functional. After today, Your Excellency, Kutrrh engineers will undertake the final testing, undertake the soft run and the dry run, and in 2 weeks' time, the CyberKnife services will commence with treating the first patient. Your Excellency, the CyberKnife is a valuable addition to the continuum of advanced care to our patients. The equipment will be used for precision treatment, as we have explained to you, sir, ensuring that tumors in various parts of the body are treated very, very accurately. The CyberKnife will increase the range of management options for various conditions and tumors such as brain, liver, pancreas, head, neck, spine, lung, prostate, and others. It will be a valuable, painless alternative to conventional surgery for a variety of cancerous and non-cancerous tumors. Given that the molecular imaging services we described earlier available in this public facility, the country has continued to make critical savings from would-be outbound medical tourism. This combination, sir, of molecular imaging, which we are already doing, and the precision treatment just about to start, will lead better outcomes for our patients. Both services are supported by NHIF. Your Excellency, sir, before I conclude, allow me to bring to your attention that the hospital has attended to many pediatric patients who have been referred from level 4 and 5 hospitals across the country. At the moment, the hospital has only one pediatric ward, and many times pediatric patients take up space in the adult wards despite their vulnerability. The scenario is not unique to this hospital, Your Excellency, since research indicates that children take up 35% of beds in our hospitals. Your Excellency, this country does not have a fully dedicated public hospital for children. We made a proposal 8 years ago to the government, Your Excellency, to put up a pediatric referral hospital wing for the children. Your Excellency, to put up a pediatric referral hospital wing for the children, and allocated an initial grant of 500 million. The foundation was done, but we never got further funding, which stalled the project. Our humble request, sir, is that your government supposed to enable completion of the stalled children teaching and referral hospital with dedicated pediatric cancer wing. In conclusion, sir, for sustained benefits from CyberKnife services, as we have seen during our tour, this hospital has recruited the requisite specialists who include radiation oncologists, and Your Excellency, this was a concern, radiation therapists, medical physicists. The hospital has also engaged Dr. Shrida, a clinical oncologist from India, who is an expert in CyberKnife services, having operated over 2,000 patients. So in terms of human resource, Your Excellency, we are up to the task. Your Excellency, the Hospital Board of Directors and Management, therefore, assures you of the full utilization of the facility in support of your government's healthcare agenda on provision of quality healthcare services for all Kenyans. With these few remarks, Your Excellency, allow me to invite one of our key guests today, Honorable Martha Koome, our Chief Justice of Kenya and President of the Supreme Court, to make her remarks. Thank you, sir. Chief Justice of Kenya and President of the Supreme Court, to make her remarks. Thank you, sir.
Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Ruto, I recognize the Prime Cabinet Secretary, our Cabinet Secretaries, all distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon. Thank you very much for inviting me, Professor Mugenda. I'm here, first of all, to congratulate you for this milestone, the launch of the CyberKnife. I'm here also as a client of this hospital to bear witness that this is a world-class facility that we in the judiciary found fit to patronize. And I'm here to encourage other government agencies, public bodies, also to try and patronize Kenyatta University Hospital. I'm particularly elated about this occasion where we launched the CyberKnife. This is a clear indication that our country is steadfast in our commitment to upholding the fundamental rights and freedoms of our citizens. The right to health services is not merely a constitutional provision, but a moral imperative that all of us must strive to achieve, and I dare say access to healthcare, quality healthcare, is also akin to access to justice. The commissioning of the CyberKnife at Kutrrh this afternoon is a major stride in fulfilling this obligation. Not only does it signify our nation's dedication to safeguarding the health and well-being of its people, but it also serves as a beacon of hope for the country's individuals and families affected by the ruthless scourge of cancer. By making this medical service available in Kenya, we are effectively breaking the barriers to access to health that have previously hindered many from receiving the care they need and deserve, and therefore affecting the implementation of the fundamental right to accessible and affordable health care for all. We in the judiciary have enjoyed wonderful relationship with this hospital through our wellness program. Through this program, members of the judiciary, Your Excellency, have been able to access high standard of medical care at affordable costs. And recently the spring and a visit to India, where we visited one of the facilities for wellness, and we could not compare this facility with the one we visited in India. This is truly a world-class facilities. All employees in the judiciary scheme of service are now able to access a wellness package with an overnight stay in a private suite. You have seen the suites, Your Excellency, they look like a house. We have negotiated with our insurance providers and Kutrrh to facilitate preventive healthcare procedures to detect early onset of cancer and other chronic diseases. This relationship has enhanced productivity in the judiciary and given our employees an opportunity to access high-quality health care without the need to travel outside the country. We engaged with the hospital upon realizing that our judges, judicial officers, and members of our staff had difficulties accessing early diagnostic services for cancer and other chronic conditions. By the time they went to India or other places for further treatment, it was often too late. We are glad that accessing diagnostic services through the CyberKnife will now be part of this package. In conclusion, again, my hearty congratulations to Kenyatta University's Teaching, Referral and Research Hospital, the Board of Management led by the chairperson, Professor Mugenda, the Government of Kenya, and all the stakeholders involved in this momentous achievement. May the CyberKnife serve as a beacon of hope and healing for our nation, and may it pave the way for even greater advancements in our pursuit of a healthier Kenya. Thank you, and God bless you.
With your permission, Your Excellency, allow me now to call Mr. Adama Tiam, the Head of Emergency Operations and Logistics from WHO, to come and make his remarks. Karibu.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, honorable guests, Professor, CS Health, representative of WHO. It's an honor for me to be here today and to have the opportunity to say thank you to the government of Kenya for their generosity towards WHO and WHO's work for Africa. Your Excellency, under the leadership of the Regional Director of WHO, Dr. Moiti, I was tasked to come to Kenya and enter into negotiation with the government officials with support of my dear brother, the representative of WHO, Dr. Diallo in Kenya. Let me say, I was very impressed with the engagement of the government, which has allocated 30 hectares of land for the establishment of WHO hub for Kenya, but also for Africa. In addition to this, there was also a commitment by the government to actually give $5 million towards the construction, and WHO, under the leadership of Dr. Moiti, will make all efforts to mobilize the necessary resources in order to complete the project in a timely manner. In addition to the land and the financial commitment, another important aspect which has been granted to WHO by the government of Kenya is a blanket customs clearance. This is one of the most critical aspects for us to be able to receive supplies in a timely manner, but also ship them to emergency areas. And for this, Your Excellency, we thank you very much. We thank the government of Kenya. Since we started operations here, before the hub has been even established, we were able to enter into a contractual agreement with the private sector to just test why WHO Afro has chosen Kenya, because it's of its strategic location. From here, we supported already 25 countries affected by emergencies. Before we came here, it used to take us 45 to 67 days to deliver supplies to emergency areas. Today, that lead time has been reduced to 3 days, which is commendable. This helps save lives, because as I tell my colleagues, logistics support, and I'm sure the CS will know about this, represents 70% of emergency response. Because without the supplies and the logistics, you cannot actually assist the needy people. So for this, we thank you very much. We supported Kenya for many diseases here, including cholera, drought, Horn of Africa, and more. Kenya will be the first beneficiary because we are just here. In case of an emergency, our representative will ask for the support in coordination with the Minister of Health, and we will provide that support in a very timely manner. So we will do the same for the rest of Africa. Mr. President, thank you very much, and we look forward to implementing the hubs in a very, very fast manner. Thank you.
Next, Your Excellency, with your permission, allow me to now invite the Cabinet Secretary for Health, Ms. Susan Nakumicha, to then give her remarks, and then after that invite the Prime Cabinet Secretary and continue the program. Welcome.
Your Excellency, the President,
Your Excellency,
Honorable William Samoei Ruto,
Honorable
Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi,
Prime Cabinet Secretary,
my colleague Cabinet Secretaries and Principal Secretaries present, WHO Country Representative, members of Parliament led by our Health Committee, all other dignitaries present, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Your Excellency, I am indeed very delighted to stand before you today on this momentous day, not just for this institution, but for the Ministry of Health and for the country at large. And thank you very much, sir, for honoring our invite to grace this occasion and commission the CyberKnife. Your Excellency, as you are aware, the disease burden due to NCDs is not just a Kenyan challenge, but a global challenge. And Your Excellency, this institution is our National Center of Excellency for Management of Oncology. And I want to thank Your Excellency that through your guidance, this institution has lived to its expectations. That besides launching the CyberKnife, which is at the end of the continuum of care for oncology, it also has a PET scan that does diagnosis of cancer. And Your Excellency, they have continued to provide expertise to the 10 regional cancer centers that we have within the country. Your Excellency, I'm happy that besides them being able to take care of cancer, they are also providing care and expertise to the other centers through the hub and spoke model. And I am aware, Your Excellency, that this institution has already signed MOUs with our different cancer centers, and they are able to provide that expertise. Your Excellency, having said that, this institution as well is giving us what we asked for in our plan of Kenya Kwanza on Matters Universal Health Coverage. That besides providing service, they are also a teaching institution. And Your Excellency, they are teaching specialized nurses, as we have heard during the tour. And besides that, they are also providing collegiate training for medical doctors in anesthesia, in surgery, and in anesthesia, and in what is the other one, Professor? Internal medicine. Thank you very much. So, Your Excellency, they are living to our expectations. And besides that, Your Excellency, I want to confirm to you that they are aligned with our universal health coverage program. And we are working together with them to ensure that there is access to care through the essential benefits package, Your Excellency, that we have developed with the NHIF, and through your guidance, the critical care fund that you have told us to ensure that it is in place to be able to be accessed by Kenyans who end up with critical conditions such as cancer. Your Excellency, we are on course, and we are happy indeed with your directive of changing how healthcare is managed in this country, that we are shifting healthcare from curative to preventive and promotive healthcare. Your Excellency, I would like to report to you that as a ministry, we are ready now in the next month to be able to launch the community health promoters. And Your Excellency, the 100 community health promoters that we are going to launch are the game changers in management of oncology. Our expectation, Your Excellency, is that these community health promoters will be able to go into households and therefore be able to do screening, early screening, and send the patients to hospitals and to centers of care. Your Excellency, that is a game changer. And globally, that is the direction that everyone is taking in management of oncology besides having this equipment. Your Excellency, now I would like really to invite you. We have seen with you the Wellness Center. It is a state-of-the-art wellness center. And on behalf of this institution, and with the testimony that we have received from our Madam Martha Koome, Your Excellency, I would like to invite you to partake, and also to invite my colleagues and the senior colleagues in government, that not to view this institution as the public institution of those days. It has reformed. This is a state-of-the-art, and I invite my colleagues that we come and take care of our wellness, because the answer lies in early detection of these NCDs. I know many of us could be struggling with diabetes. A number of us could be struggling with hypertension. And indeed, when we visit a wellness center, then we are able to take care of these issues. Your Excellency, I'm pleased and very happy that today you made it to be with us. I know many have been asking of what we are doing at the Ministry of Health. And I'm quite sure that you're also going to highlight and agree with them that you have been giving us the push to ensure that we are able to unpack your universal health coverage. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. And with those few remarks, allow me to invite the Prime Cabinet Secretary to make his remarks. Asante sana.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the board members of this very, very beautiful institution, my fellow cabinet secretaries, Governor of Kiambu, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I will be very brief because we've been doing some exercise. And maybe some of us have got to become candidates for the Wellness Center. Let me also acknowledge the legislators who are here. Your Excellency, there is a famous saying that you have executed something with the precision of the surgeon. I think now we get a new vocabulary. We now shall be talking of CyberKnife precision. When I was listening to the experts, and they were able to tell us that the CyberKnife is able to be as precise as a single human hair strand. That is, the laser can become as small as the human hair strand, one. Then that tells you that indeed technology can take us very far. Your Excellency, the second point is that this is also a milestone, and it shows us that Kenyans can achieve a lot if we are focused. If you can have that CyberKnife precision, we can go places. Some of the diseases they talk about here are diseases that bankrupt families.
First of all, you inflict the pain, the emotional pain, and then they inflict the financial pain. Many families have gone to ruin because either they have not been able to access this kind of medical service at an affordable cost, at a realistic cost, or alternatively because it's not there at all. So I think we all owe it to the team here to really congratulate them in taking this very bold step and making Kenya one of the first in this particular technology. Your Excellency, I think I will stop there so that I don't lose the principle of the new vocabulary, CyberKnife precision. Can I request you all to be upstanding so that we can invite His Excellency the President to make his remarks. Asante sana na makofi kidogo.
Asante sana, Prime Cabinet Secretary. We may take our seats. Thank you. Mr. Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, our Chief Justice and President of the Supreme Court, Madam Martha Koome, the Chairperson of this great institution, Professor Mugenda, CSS President, Permanent Secretaries, the CEO of this great institution, Professor from the Vice Chancellor of Kenyatta University, members of Parliament present here, led by the Chair of the Health Committee in Parliament and the Member of Parliament for this constituency, professionals present here, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Hamjambo. I believe all of us here have been brought together by this very important event, primarily because of our commitment to provide healthcare services that will enable the people of Kenya enjoy the highest attainable standards of health. This constitutional mandate bestowed on us by the Constitution challenges us to find ways of developing an accessible, affordable, and effective national healthcare system that delivers the best preventive as well as curative services. As government, we have made a commitment to the people of Kenya that we shall harness the post-pandemic recovery momentum to make significant progress in reversing and minimizing the burden of non-communicable diseases, especially cancer, heart diseases, and diabetes-related complications. Additionally, we are acutely aware of the drastic socioeconomic impact of these diseases. Many Kenyan households live under the threat of having all their savings wiped out by illness, and 36% of Kenyans risk falling into poverty on account of catastrophic financial expenditure. Our commitment under the universal health coverage pillar of our bottom-up economic transformation agenda consists of a well-considered intervention to ensure that we fulfill our obligation to deliver the best possible level of medical treatment and healthcare services affordably, efficiently, and in an inclusive manner. As has been articulated by CS for Health, I have taken long hours, many hours, with my team at the Health Department to figure out how we are going to do this together with our counties to ensure that this time round we get it right. We have attempted universal health coverage twice, and we have not succeeded. I have told my team this time there is no chance for us to fail. We do not have the luxury to fail. And that is why we are having a paradigm shift on matters health. While we support the entire ecosystem of curative health, we have to reimagine and focus our attention this time round on preventive and promotive interventions as a way of minimizing cost and arresting situations at the earliest possible opportunity. To succeed in this commitment, we are deeply conscious of the fact that health is a devolved function requiring us to employ consultative and collaborative mechanisms of intergovernmental cooperation and partnership with due regard to the evolving role of donors and other stakeholders. Access and quality are the most salient concerns in considering the ways and means of delivering health care to Kenyans. For this reason, it is extremely important for us to sustain the momentum in which we have expanded the infrastructure to house various categories of health facilities and equip them with the equipment and technologies required. It is also important to accompany this development program with interventions to radically bring down the cost of treatments to a level where it is no longer a barrier to access for the majority of Kenyans. And I agree with the comments made by the chair of this great institution that we have waiting lists running into months for access to chemotherapy, for access to linear machines in our various institutions. At the moment, we only have 3 linear machines in public hospitals, 1 in this great institution, 1 in Kenyatta, and 1 in Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital. I want to say that going into the future, I have also received requests for a linear machine in Nakuru, Mombasa, and Garissa. And now I have also gotten a request that you have an extra bunker in this facility. I want to commit to you, as I do to the other 3 hospitals in Nakuru, Mombasa, and Garissa, that these LINAC machines will be delivered in the next 120 days. The Ministry of Health is properly guided on the mechanism for the delivery of these machines, and I agree that we should reduce the time Kenyans have to wait for treatment from months to days. Hopefully, with the delivery of these 3 machines, Kenyans will have to wait for hours. Hopefully. I am really hoping that that is the direction we want us to go. Any additional equipment that will be required, we are going to have a conversation. We have already agreed with the ministry on how we are going to deliver on the critical equipment that are required for the proper functioning of our health facilities across the country in a manner that is cost effective, in a manner that does not put costs ahead of service, in a manner that we have clarity. The cardinal plank of the government's commitment, therefore, include the reform of the National Hospital Insurance Fund to become a social health insurance scheme that can support universal health coverage and expand its operational capacity. And again, let me say that we have taken time. We have interrogated the new National Health Insurance Scheme legislation. We have gone through the regulations that were taken to court by some of our partners, and we have agreed, in fact, with some of the proposals of our partners, that there is no need for matching of our contributions on health, and therefore we will be presenting, we have 2 final meetings with my team, and then we will be presenting the regulations and the new amendments to the law to Parliament, hopefully by 15th, I think, Susan, by 15th of this May, so that again you can interrogate the regulations and give us the legal and operational framework for us to deliver universal health coverage. This time, I have said, failure is not an option. Today, and I'm happy that members of the Committee on Health are here. We have taken long hours, and we will shortly, by the 15th, I think we have the final meeting on the 11th. By the 15th, you will get regulations, the new regulations, the ones that were challenged in court. We have looked at the issues that were raised, and we have agreed with some of them so that we can fast track the delivery of universal health, because it is a commitment we made to the people of Kenya, and it is a worthwhile commitment because health is a very critical aspect of public goods that the Constitution demands of us to deliver to the people of Kenya. Further, we are committed to integrating preventive and promotive health into the universal health care coverage. Beyond this, it is our intention to build a transparent and efficient supply chain management system integrated with ICT in medical services to promote telemedicine and establish health management information systems. Again, on this aspect, we are in discussion with many partners to help us deliver on this very critical aspect of using technology, using ICT to make health services easily affordable and accessible. I was very happy when I went through the facilities in this hospital that a professional was responding to questions. A professional, I think she was in Nyandarua, was actually addressing the needs and assisting in diagnosing what was going on here in Kenyatta. That is what technology can bring. It can reduce the distance. It can make many more doctors, many more professionals available on technology, online, using the digital platform, so that we can better serve and better dispense health products. Let me also say this event is therefore a true milestone in our national healthcare journey, because we are here to launch a center which represents the convergence of high standards of treatment, state-of-the-art technology, affordability, and effectiveness in cancer treatment. And I can testify, the way Chief Justice has, that indeed the facilities here are world-class. At this center, which is equipped with a broad variety of sophisticated diagnostic imaging technologies, Kenyatta University Teaching, Research, and Referral Hospital will deploy an advanced robotic radiation treatment machine known as the CyberKnife, which introduces revolutionary capabilities and enhanced efficacy in cancer treatment by locating, tracking, and accessing tumors that are ordinarily difficult to reach with precision. Again, I agree. Now we will move to CyberKnife precision. The technology is therefore able to administer more radiation with great precision, meaning that fewer sessions, maybe 4 to 5 only, instead of 20 to 30, are required, with each session lasting only between 5 and 15 minutes.
This will significantly improve treatment outcomes and be able to deliver these services better, affordably, and much more effectively. Cumulatively, these advantages lead to shorter recovery period, minimal side effects, and better overall outcomes. The government therefore intends to sustain its investment and support for highly advanced diagnostic and treatment equipment to actualize the highest standard of treatment and care for all people. The CyberKnife technology at this hospital is the second in our continent, the only other being in Egypt. This propels Kenya to the frontier of advanced medical technologies and catalyzes our strategy to quickly emerge as an advanced regional and international medical hub. Its location is in a public hospital sends a strong signal to all Kenyans that it is no longer necessary to travel far away for advanced treatment that are now available, accessible, and affordable in our public hospitals. Kenyans who are already covered under the NHIF can receive radiation therapy without paying any top-ups. And I was pleasantly surprised that at every turn in this hospital, I was told the services available here are paid for by NHIF. And it gives me the inspiration to reform the NHIF and make it good and fit for purpose. Medical professionals trained in Kenya remain globally acclaimed. Our medical facilities, including infrastructure, equipment, and technologies, are undergoing a drastic transformation on account of immense public, private, and not-for-profit investment. The case for traveling out of the country for medical attention is weakening by the day, while that for receiving treatment locally is now much more compelling. The hospital's diagnostic imaging facilities have processed more than 6,000 patients since they came into operation. This has saved Kenya and Kenyan families more than Kenya shillings 10 billion. To maximize the clear possibilities presented by this facility, we shall collaborate with the county governments and mobilize necessary investment to modernize health facilities in each of our 47 counties. And I am happy that the county governments are represented in our meeting by the governor of Kiambu. I think he was somewhere with us. Mr. Wamatangi Paul is here to represent also his colleague from Nairobi County. And I have had robust conversation with the counties on this particular subject, and especially on the very primary subject of promotive and preventive health. We have agreed with the counties, for example, that beginning next month, we're going to roll out our community health promoters initiative, where for the first time we are going to equip them appropriately. And the government of Kenya, through the Ministry of Health, is working on the equipment to equip 100,000 community health promoters. And we are also going to work with them on their stipends so that every community health promoter in every locality will be responsible for 100 families. And it will be a requirement that every community health promoter, at least once in a month, they must visit every family, so that we begin the journey to diagnose, we begin the journey to understand the health of our communities, and also prevent unnecessary expenditure on illnesses that can be managed if they were discovered early.
We are also working on how to reform the entire chain so that we can also devolve resources, devolve decision-making, and also bring on board all the partners that we have. All our procurement facilities, as I have said here, apart from technology, we are also going to bring on board other stakeholders. We're going to bring on board those partners who help us with the delivery of health, whether they be non-governmental organizations, private hospitals, public themselves to participate, and we have agreed with the counties that they are now working with us on the 315 community primary care networks, 315 primary care networks that are that actually cover every part of Kenya to ensure that we keep tabs on matters health as close to the citizen as is possible, and that decisions will be made at that level on procurement, on service delivery, and we can also give an account of what health looks like in every locality. To further enhance access and affordability of health care, government is committed to promoting investment in local manufacturing of pharmaceutical and non-pharmaceutical medical supplies. Our domestic market for pharmaceuticals and medical consumables is a whopping 110 billion Kenya shillings, of which less than 20% is locally manufactured. There is an immense opportunity for investment in manufacturing, and the government of Kenya is going to take all necessary measures to guarantee a business environment to make Kenya the region's pharmaceutical manufacturing hub, both for manufacturing for our local consumption and also for our region. After seeing what Kenyatta University Teaching, Research and Referral Hospital has achieved in establishing a modern center to provide advanced diagnosis and treatment, I am persuaded that it deserves support to complete the stalled Children's Hospital and Pediatric Cancer Wing, and also to construct a women's hospital with a breast cancer center. We are going to work out the details on what that looks like, and we are going to work together to ensure that it is delivered in a timely and, much more importantly, cost-effective manner. We are keen to develop a network of specialized public referral institutions providing advanced care that is driven by scientific research and technological innovation. And again, I want to include the items that were, and I have already told Waziri to look into the next generation sequencing machine so that, and see what we can do in ensuring that we can deliver that facility. Hopefully, we can be able to assess and we can be able to do what that machine is doing elsewhere, but back here in Kenya. So we will work with you, we will work with all the other stakeholders that support this hospital, and I want to thank our good friends from the World Health Organization for their partnership in the delivery of this facility and in what they are doing with us. Again, to commend you for the MOU that was signed this morning between WHO and our Ministry of our Ministry of Health, so that Kenya can be positioned, or we can position ourselves as a country, as a hub. I have already instructed Moses Kuria to provide the 50 acres for you in Mombasa, and he is already working on the details, and I have his commitment that that will be ready in a month's time, and therefore the ball will squarely be in your court thereafter.
to strengthen our partnerships with key global institutions for the benefit of the people of Kenya, I am delighted by the decision to make available 30 acres, as has been mentioned, of unutilized land to the World Health Organization for the development of a regional health emergency hub and training center for Africa. I note that this provision leaves adequate land available for the future expansion of the university and this hospital. The MOU signed today provides a framework under which Kenya and WHO will collaborate in health, training, and rescue efforts during disaster and other emergencies. Other benefits expected to accrue from this collaboration will include employment opportunities as well as capacity building and technology transfer. I know Mr. Kamande, the Member of Parliament for this area, will be asking me many questions later. I want to promise you, Mr. Kamande, and the people of your constituency, that the Kamai issue will equally be sorted out. And when I say the Kamai issue, it will only be the Kamai issue. I know that there are other pretenders who want to say they are squatters. We are only going to sort out the squatters in Kamai. The other people who drive big SUVs and want to pretend to be squatters, they will have no chance. Because I think I congratulate Kenyatta University Teaching, Referral, and Research Hospital for this historic milestone, which is also a wonderful medical and technological investment. It is a bold statement of intent which emphasizes Kenya's resolve to become a regionally and internationally competitive healthcare investment destination, medical services, and pharmaceutical hub. Let me also say to all the staff and management of this great institution, my congratulations for the wonderful job you're doing. I was able to witness firsthand the incredible job you're doing in serving the people of Kenya and humanity. And I commend you that our very best wishes as you do this for our country, for our people, and for humanity. I now, ladies and gentlemen, take this opportunity again to congratulate all of you, especially the people who have made this a reality. I remember having a conversation when I was Minister for Higher Education once upon a time. I was having a conversation with Professor Mugenda when she was Vice Chancellor of Kenyatta University about this institution. I am very proud today that I have come to be part of the success of this great facility. Ladies and gentlemen, I now declare the Kenyatta University Teaching, Research and Referral and Hospitals CyberKnife Center officially commissioned, and my very best wishes as you make use of this modern facility. Asanteni sana. Thank you very much, and may the good Lord bless you.
Tumpongeze Rais tena kwa makofi kwa hotuba yake iliyo bora. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Rais. And just 2 items, Your Excellency, with your permission. The management and this institution had prepared a special gift for you. So I'd like to call upon the chair and the CEO to come and present the gift to His Excellency as we now get to the tail end of this particular session. So I'll request that you come then. Let me also request the board members to kindly just come to the side. We'll take one photo with His Excellency once we are done with the giving of the gift. So would like to call His Excellency kindly to just come and receive it. As we take a photo, board members, kindly if we can come quickly as we are going to have you take a photo after this. Board members, Tunaweza tukawapigia makofi. That's a very unique gift, and thank you for the thought that has gone through it. For those who may not have gone for the tour, that is the CyberKnife that has been commissioned this afternoon. Board members, if we can just kindly just line up here. We're going to have a group photo. Kindly, I'll request that the chair and the CEO also just step down. After this, we're going to have His Excellency receive the salute from the Kenya Police Band in form of the national anthem. So those of us who might be seated, I'll request that we kindly be upstanding, because after this, we're just going to have the national anthem. Then we'll allow His Excellency to retreat at his own pleasure. Also in this, we can have the Prime Cabinet Secretary, the CSs, the PSs also join, CS and PSs Health. Then the CEO and the WHO representative kindly join in this photo, as we will not have another photo opportunity. And that, after that, I'll request that we go back to our seats, where we will then receive the national anthem as our closing prayer. All right, kindly let's retreat and allow His Excellency to either receive the national anthem from there or on top of the stage, whichever he may prefer. But the rest of us, let's be upstanding as we now have the final prayer, which is in form of our national anthem. Naomba sote tubaki tumetulia ili tumruhusu rais aweze kutoka. Asanteni.